Hi, and welcome to the 21-day 5 Tibetan Rite Challenge. My name is Ryan Howes, and I'll be your guide. The Tibetan rites are a daily practice. In fact, they're my morning practice. The rites have been practiced for over 2,500 years by Tibet. If you've practiced yoga, you might recognize that rite 4 and 5 have roots in yoga. The rites are also called rituals. Think of this morning practice as your new morning ritual as you continue to practice over the course of 21 days with me. The rites are known to rebalance chakra energy and also to restore balance to the body's endocrine system, which is a collection of glands throughout the body that produces hormones and sends them to the body's organs so they can perform properly. To perform the rites, you'll want to wear comfortable clothing, you'll want a yoga mat, and you also want an open floor plan, whether that's on a hardwood floor or a carpet. Let's begin. The first rite begins in a standing position. Go ahead and stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and your arms are going to be out to the sides of you like a T. Okay? But first what I want you to do is clasp your hands behind your head. As you do this, you're going to actually bring your shoulder blades together. Your shoulders will drop, shoulder blades will contract. You'll continue to contract, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, continue to contract your shoulder blades and allow your arms to gently float down to the side. This right here is the anatomical position. Anytime you're finding yourself slumping over, go ahead and do that practice. And do that as you start Tibetan Rite number 1. So from that position, put your arms to the sides, relax those shoulders, keep the shoulder blades lightly contracted, and you're actually going to spin clockwise. We're just going to do this once, okay? So go ahead and join me. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale, spin. Notice that I'm still looking at you, and just as my hand, okay, is about to pass my gaze, I'm going to let my head spin all the way around, noticing that my hand and my gaze are at the same exact spot as I return. As you're doing this, you continue to inhale and exhale. So watch me. I'll do it a couple more times. Good. So the point of that is to get your energy spinning around, okay? A lot of times what happens in our lives is our energy gets so ungrounded, and this practice will help get you right in the present moment by spinning clockwise and only clockwise. The second rite has you lying on your back on the floor. Notice that I've put a yoga mat down first. Use the whole mat, stretch your body out. Bring your feet together. Hands will be right by your side. If you have lower back pain, you can take your hands, palms down, and just slightly bring it underneath your bottom by your sacrum. And that'll help protect your back. Those of you that don't have lower back issues, put your palms right down by your sides. Okay? As you do this, you're going to inhale and then exhale as you engage the movement. Notice that my legs are relatively 90 degrees. If you're very flexible, you have loose hamstrings, you can come past 90 degrees. You'll also notice that my head came off the floor, my chin touched my chest. Inhale back down. Exhale. Inhale. My shoulders stayed on the floor the whole time, which is very important. For the third rite, you want to fold your mat up a few times to protect your knees. Notice that my knees are about shoulder width apart. My toes are touching the floor. Back is straight. And And my hands, palm down, will be placed just below my buttocks and the upper thigh. I'm going to inhale as I let my head and shoulders arch back like this. And I'll exhale and bring my chin to chest. Watch me. As you lean backwards, the bend is only in the upper part of your back. If you're starting to feel it in the middle part or even the lower part, try to bring that attention to the upper. This will help your back stay healthy. If you bend back too much like this, you put a lot of pressure on those lower muscles and you can tend to get injured. Tibetan Rite number 4 looks like it's out of a yoga class. It's called table. You might recognize it. Looks just like this. Inhale, exhale. My hands are flat, palms down, right by my sides, not behind me, right by the sides. My feet are shoulder width apart. And as I exhale, I'm engaging the knees, engaging the core, coming up, trying to bring my hips up so that my whole body looks like a table, and I'm drawing my head back. And as I inhale, coming back down, I'm engaging my shoulder blades and my shoulders so I can sit right back in the starting position. This is not an easy Tibetan Rite to do at all. I found this one to be very challenging in the beginning, and I also found it to be a very heat-inspired one. So if you feel like you need to take your shirt off, go right ahead. And finally, we have Tibetan Rite number 5, which also has its roots in yoga. It's a combination of a cobra and a downward dog. For those of you who have never done this before, I'm going to go ahead and inhale on the downward dog. My feet, my hands are roughly shoulder width apart. My hips are straight up in the air. And I'm going to exhale. Keep my arms straight, shoulder blades contracted, and my hips are going to come down to the floor. However, you're going to keep your hips and your upper legs off the floor, right strong into your hands. So now that you've had an opportunity to see the 5 Tibetan rites, let's put it into practice. We'll do one of each rite, and then the following day we'll add another repetition to each rite, all the way until we get to 21 days. Tibetan Rite number 1. Clasp the hands behind your head, engage your shoulder blades. Release your hands out to the side. Look at a point in front of you. Inhale. As you exhale, spin clockwise. Good. Grab a yoga mat. Set it on the floor. Use the full length of the mat to lie flat on your back. Palms down your side. Inhale. Exhale for the up. Chin to chest, legs 90. Inhale down. Tibetan Rite number 3, go ahead and fold your mat. Knees on the fold. Shoulder width apart. Toes tucked underneath. Hands palmed right on the lower buttocks. Inhale, bring your head back. Exhale, chin to chest. Tibetan Rite number 4, let go of the mat. Sit down, 9 degrees. Hands by your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Tibetan Rite number 5. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, cobra. Good job. Congratulations, day 1 is complete. One thing I hadn't mentioned before is that the 5 Tibetan rites is actually practiced 21 times with each rite. And because the first one, which is arms out to a T and spinning clockwise, because that's so dizzying, for lack of a better word, that dictates how many repetitions you do for rites 2 through 5. So as we continue to practice, we build up more repetitions for rite number 1. You're going to start getting dizzy, but I'll show you how to overcome that challenge later on. What I recommend you do from here on out today is to try Tibetan Rite 1 through 5 with 1 repetition a couple times and just kind of get a feel for it. Stay focused on your breath and stay focused on good posture and good technique. Watch a video once or twice just to see that in action, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Take care.